I mean, it
significantly.
was the same height. You know, it would be
The type of program I've been looking for some time, and I'm very happy to have done.
I mean, it was the same height, you know. It would have been up to about there. Queen Elizabeth II had a collection and wore them on important occasions. However, when she passed away, these tiaras had to be distributed among the royal women in the family. Why was Camilla furious at Catherine for wearing one of the late Queen's tiaras? Is there more to the story than we don't know? Join us as we explore Camilla and Catherine's lives, uncover stories behind the late Queen's tiara, and why she was furious seeing Catherine wearing the tiara. The history of the most wanted tiara. Tiara is a valuable piece owned by royal women and worn on special occasions. The girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara is the tiara passed from generation to generation. This and many other gifts were a wedding present to Princess Mary of Teck, who married the future King George V on the 6th of July, 1893. This gift was given to her by the Committee of Britain and Ireland's Girls, formed by Mary's lifelong friend Lady Eva Greville. This committee started with a small contribution of €5, raising €5,000. €1,600 from the money raised was used to purchase a diamond, gold, and silver tiara in a festoon and scroll design from Garrard and Company, the crown jeweler. Princess Mary was delighted with the new tiara, and in a thank you note to Lady Eva, she wrote, "How can I find words to sufficiently thank you and all the young ladies of England for the truly magnificent present I have received? I scarcely need to assure you that the tiara will ever be one of my most valued wedding presents." Mary appreciated this tiara more because of its durability and adaptability, as it could be worn as a necklace or a coronet. The first time Mary wore the tiara was in July 1897 at the Deveire House Ball, for years after she married. Queen Mary was very passionate about her jewel collection and frequently changed the designs of the pieces. In 1914, she asked Garrard, the crown jeweler, to swap the jewels from two of her wedding tiaras and create a third, the lover's knot tiara. Garrard took 13 brilliants from the County of Surrey tiara and 20 smaller brilliants to form the tops to the girls of Great Britain tiara instead of pearls. These large oriental pearls on diamond spikes on the girl's tiara were put in the lover's knot headpiece with others. Mary had the bandeau removed from the girls of Britain tiara, and for the next 20 years, she wore the tiara and bandeau as two separate pieces. This lover's knot tiara later became a property of Princess Catherine. Although Queen Elizabeth II rarely wore the tiara, it was the most wanted of all her jewelry. Every royal woman cherished it so much because of its diamond-encrusted lover's knot bows, which gave the royal wearer an elegant and romantic look. Was Catherine's ownership of this tiara the reason Queen Camilla was furious, or was Kate not following the rules that guided the wearing of the tiara properly? Keep watching as we will discuss this later in the video. In 1947, during Princess Elizabeth's wedding to Prince Philip, Queen Mary gave all her tiaras and bandeaus as a wedding gift to Elizabeth. Elizabeth adored the pieces as she referred to them as Granny's tiara. One reason was that it was lighter than many of the other tiaras she had in her collection, but at the same time, it was an impressive and suitably regal piece. In 1953, along with many other jewels, she bequeathed it in her will to Elizabeth II. Princess Elizabeth cherished this tiara so much that she wore it for the first photo session of her new reign. This was just 20 days after her accession when she was still in black mourning for her father, George VI. The session aimed to produce portraits to use as the basis for Elizabeth's image on new coins, stamps, and banknotes. So apparently, you could see Queen Elizabeth wearing the cherished tiara on banknotes, stamps, and new coins back then. In 1969, Queen Elizabeth, just like her grandmother, enjoyed experimenting with her jewel collection and reunited the bandeau with the tiara to create a more substantial piece. She continued to wear it at gala state banquets and in portraits for the rest of her life. The last time she was seen publicly wearing the tiara was at a diplomatic reception she hosted at Buckingham Palace in December 2018 for ambassadors accredited to this country from across the globe. Queen Camilla inherited the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara when Queen Elizabeth passed away. Despite Camilla inheriting the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, why was she furious at Kate wearing the Queen's lover's knot tiara? Many questions must be brewing in your mind right now. Keep watching to find answers. Before we unveil these details, let's talk about the individual lives of Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine and the complexities surrounding Charles and Camilla's relationship. Stay tuned for the juicy details. Queen Camilla. Camilla Rosemary Shand was born on the 17th of July, 1947 at King's College Hospital, London. Her parents, Major Bruce Shand and his wife Rosalind, were British Army officers turned businessmen. Camilla has a younger sister, Annabel Elliott, and a younger brother, Mark Shand. On the 1st of November, 1947, Camilla was baptized at St. Peter's Church, Firle, East Sussex. When she was 5, Shand was sent to Dumbrell, a co-educational school in Ditchling Village. She attended Queen's Gate School near her London home from age 10. Her classmates at Queen's Gate knew her as Malila, and she was described as a girl of inner strength, exuding magnetism and confidence. One of the teachers at the school, the writer Penelope Fitzgerald, who taught French, remembered her as bright and lively. She left Queen's Gate with 10 O-levels in 1964. This was because her parents did not allow her to stay long enough for A-levels. At age 16, she attended the Moner Finishing School in Tanza, Switzerland. After completing her course there, she studied French and French literature at the University of London Institute in Paris for 6 months. Rosalind was a charity worker who volunteered at the Chile Heritage Foundation during the 1960s and 1970s. This foundation helps young children with disabilities. It was near their Sussex home. Camilla continued to ride and frequently attended equestrian activities. She also had a passion for painting, which eventually led to her private tutoring with an artist. Although most of her work ended up in the bin, her other interests included fishing, horticulture, and gardening. King Charles and Queen Camilla's relationship. Charles and Camilla's relationship has always been filled with controversies and wasn't accepted by people, including the government and the church, because of the situations that surrounded it. Camilla reportedly met Prince Charles in mid-1971 after her ex-husband Andrew Parker Bowles ended their relationship in 1970 and was courting Princess and then. Though Camilla and Charles belonged to the same social circle and occasionally attended the same events, they had not formally met. It was believed that they met at a polo match, however, this wasn't true. The two first met at the home of their friend Lucia Santa Cruz, who introduced them to each other. They became close friends and eventually began a romantic relationship, which was well known within their social circle. The couple regularly met at polo matches at Smith's Lawn in Windsor Great Park, where Charles often played polo. They also became part of a set at Annabel's in Berkeley Square. As the relationship became more serious, Charles met Camilla's family and introduced her to some of his family members. However, the relationship was put on hold after Charles traveled overseas to join the Royal Navy in early 1973. Unfortunately, the relationship ended abruptly afterward. There have been different explanations for why the relationship ended. Some sources suggest Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, did not approve of Camilla because she wanted Charles to marry someone more befitting to enter the royal family. The beautiful young lady she had in mind was one of the Spencer family, granddaughters of her close friend Lady F. Moy. Other sources suggest Camilla did not want to marry Charles but Andrew Parker Bowles, having had an on-and-off relationship with him since the late 1960s. Others said Charles had decided he would not marry until he was 30. Most royal biographers agree that Charles would not have been allowed to marry Shand even if he sought permission. Sometime in 1979, there were rumors that the couple had rekindled their relationship. Nevertheless, Charles soon began a relationship with Lady Diana Spencer, whom he married in 1981. In 1992, the extramarital affair became public in the press. A decade later, in 1994, Charles finally spoke about his relationship with Parker Bowles and Charles, the private man, the public role with Jonathan Dimbleby. He told Dimbleby in the interview, "Mrs. Parker Bowles is a great friend of mine, a friend for a very long time. She will continue to be a friend for a very long time." He later admitted in the interview that their relationship was rekindled after his marriage had broken down in 1986. Following their divorces, Charles boldly declared his relationship with Parker Bowles was non-negotiable. Charles was aware that the relationship received negative publicity. However, to remain good in the public's eyes, he appointed Mark Bolland to refurbish his image and enhance Parker Bowles's public profile. While many were uncomfortable with Charles and Camilla's relationship, the future queen consort was admired for her courage in the face of intense public scrutiny. In 2000, she accompanied Charles to Scotland for several official engagements. In 2001, she became president of the Royal Osteoporosis Society, ROS, which introduced her to the public. Parker Bowles later met Queen Elizabeth II for the first time since her relationship with Charles was made public. This meeting was seen as an apparent seal of approval by the Queen on her son's relationship with Parker Bowles. This seemed strange because the Queen had previously disapproved of the relationship. What changed her mind? In those days, the royal family was not allowed to be divorced or marry a divorced person because of how sacred the institution was. However, later on, the Queen accepted their relationship with Charles. After several appearances at public and private venues, the Queen invited Parker Bowles to her Golden Jubilee celebrations in 2002. As the future Supreme Governor of the Church of England, the prospect of Charles marrying a divorcee was seen as controversial. However, with the consent of the Queen, the government, and the Church of England, the couple wedded. In the 2 months following the announcement of their engagement, Clarence House received 25,000 letters, with 95% or 99% being supportive. 98 hate mail letters were also received, with the more threatening and personal ones sent to the police for investigation. The marriage ceremony was held on the 9th of April, 2005. The parents of Charles and Camilla did not attend. Instead, Camilla's son Tom and Charles's son Prince William acted as witnesses to the union. The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh did attend the service of blessing. Afterward, the Queen held a reception for the newlyweds at Windsor Castle. Following the wedding, the couple traveled to Charles's country home in Scotland, Birkhall, and carried out their first public duties together during their honeymoon. Charles was the only member of the royal family to have a civil rather than a church wedding in England. British government documents from the 1950s and 1960s, published by the British Broadcasting Corporation, stated that such a marriage was illegal. However, Charles's spokesman dismissed these claims and explained, with confirmation from the sitting government, that the Registration Service Act of 1953 repealed them. Charles ascended to the British throne after his mother's demise on the 8th of September, 2022. He paid tribute to his mother and announced the appointment of his elder son William as Prince of Wales during his first speech to the nation at 6 p.m. on the 9th of September. Charles and Camilla's coronation took place at Westminster Abbey on the 6th of May, 2023. The coronation was a Church of England rite, including the coronation oath, the anointment, the delivery of the orb, and the enthronement. Before then, in July of that year, the royal couple attended a national service of thanksgiving in St. Giles's Cathedral, where Charles was presented with the honours of Scotland. This was when Camilla officially became the Queen Consort. However, many British citizens were against her having that title because of the complexities surrounding her relationship with King Charles before they eventually married. Princess Catherine, Catherine Middleton, is the wife of Prince William, the first son of King Charles III. The two first met in 2001 while they were students residing at St. Salvator's Hall at the University of St. Andrews. She reportedly caught William's attention at a charity fashion show at the university in 2002 when she appeared on the stage wearing a see-through lace dress. The couple began dating in 2003. Middleton shared a flat with William and two other friends during their second year in 2004. The couple briefly split but later rekindled their relationship. After her graduation, Middleton and her family faced intensive tabloid press scrutiny due to her relationship with William. Only a few people knew about this. In November 2006, she commenced part-time work for 12 months as an accessories buyer with the clothing chain Jigsaw. She also worked as a project manager in the family business, where she was responsible for the website and catalog. Middleton attended William's passing out parade at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in December 2006. In April 2007, they ended their relationship. It was subsequently reported that the couple had reconciled. It was more like an on and off relationship. In May 2008, Middleton attended the wedding of William's cousin Peter Phillips to Autumn Kelly in place of William and met Queen Elizabeth II for the first time. Middleton and William got engaged in October 2010 at a remote alpine cabin on Mount Kenya during a 10-day trip to the Lewa Wildlife Conservancy to celebrate the prince's passing of the RAF helicopter search and rescue course. Clarence House announced the engagement on the 16th of November of that year. William gave her the engagement ring, which formerly belonged to his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales. The couple married on the 29th of April, 2011 at Westminster Abbey on St. Catherine's Day. The day was declared a bank holiday in the United Kingdom. Estimates of the global audience for the wedding ranged around 300 million or more, while 26 million watched the event live in Britain alone. Following their marriage in 2011, the couple used Nottingham Cottage as their London residence. Kensington Palace became William and Catherine's main residence in 2017. The couple and their children officially moved into Adelaide Cottage in Windsor in September 2022. The couple has 3 children: Prince George, born in July 2013, Princess Charlotte, born in May 2015, and Prince Louis, born in April 2018. George, Charlotte, and Louis were respectively 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the line of succession to the British throne at the time of their births. Following the demise of Queen Elizabeth II, they are now 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in line to the throne. It is very rare to see royals not involving themselves in charity, whether it is the ones they formed themselves or the ones they were invited to. They use their influence to impact the lives of the less privileged. This was something that made Princess Diana stand out. Princess Kate, carrying on the legacy of her mother-in-law Princess Diana, has been involved in works before and after her marriage to Prince William. In 2007, Kate curated a photography exhibition to mark the book launch of Time to Reflect by Alastair Morrison to raise funds for UNICEF. In 2008, she organized the 1980s-themed roller disco fundraiser, which raised €100,000 split between Oxford Children's Hospital and the mental health charity Place 2B. While working for her parents' company, she began organizing events for the Starlight Children's Foundation, which helps terminally ill youth. She also helped coordinate the Boodles Boxing Ball, which raised money for the charity. After her marriage, Catherine assumed royal duties and commitments supporting the British monarch. In March 2011, she and William set up a gift fund held by the foundation of Prince William and Prince Harry to allow well-wishers who wanted to give them a wedding gift to donate money to charities they cared about instead. The gift fund supported 26 charities of the couple's choice, incorporating the armed forces, children, the elderly, art, sport, and conservation. In June 2012, the foundation of Prince William and Prince Harry was renamed to reflect Catherine's contribution to the charity. It is now known as the Royal Foundation of the Prince and Princess of Wales. Catherine's charity work primarily focuses on issues surrounding young children, mental health, sports, addiction, and art. Her impact on charitable donations and project visibility has been called the Kate Effect. She holds several charitable patronages. Catherine, an art history graduate, also takes an interest in art and handpicked the Art Room, which helped disadvantaged children access art therapy before its closure, as well as the National Portrait Gallery. Aside from the Most Wanted Lovers Not Tiara she inherited from Queen Elizabeth, Kate acquired the patronage of the Lawn Tennis Association, the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, Action for Children, and the Royal Photographic Society after Queen Elizabeth II passed them down. Now, what was the situation that made Camilla furious about Kate wearing the Most Wanted tiara? Who among the two inherited much of the late Queen's accessories, Camilla or Catherine? Have you ever thought about the reasons royal women don't wear tiaras except for special events? Keep watching to find out. The first time Queen Camilla wore the Queen Mary's Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, the one she inherited from the late Queen Elizabeth under the reign of King Charles, was during the state banquet held at Buckingham Palace on the 22nd of November, 2022 in London. This was a special moment for Queen Camilla as it represented her honoring Queen Elizabeth III by wearing her favorite jewelry pieces. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was also seen wearing the lover's knot tiara, inherited from the Queen, at the banquet. Critics had something to say about her appearance with the Queen's tiara. One even said that whatever tiara Camilla chooses to wear, she will always be unable to attain the dignity, gravitas, or worthiness that wearing them warrants. This was rather harsh. One peculiar story about this lover's knot tiara is that it was formerly worn by King Charles's late wife, Princess Diana, before her demise, and then it was passed to Princess Catherine. It was given to Diana by Queen Elizabeth II on her wedding day. Based on Charles and Camilla's relationship dynamics, Camilla has wanted to own anything that belonged to Princess Diana, first her husband and now the lover's knot tiara. Many people believe that Camilla is not even worth the title of Queen Consort, let alone inheriting the late Queen's accessories. Some said that Camilla wearing the Queen's tiara greatly disrespects the royal lineage. They said she should preserve and honor the predecessor's legacy by leaving it to the right successor, Princess Catherine. Since people do not support her wearing the tiara, this could be one of the many reasons she was furious about Catherine wearing the late Queen's lover's knot tiara. During the selection of the Queen's accessories after her demise, there was a hierarchy with which things were done. Queen Camilla had to select first. Although Kate Middleton reportedly received the major share of Queen Elizabeth's accessories, royal expert Katie Nicholl explained the order in which the late Queen's accessories were selected in an interview with Marie Claire. She said, "There is a hierarchy in all of this. Royal family members have many complicated rules surrounding etiquette and permissions. One of those is when it's appropriate to wear a tiara. Royal women cannot pick and choose a tiara at their will, it is specifically given to them by the monarch or from a small selection." This was the case for Princess Kate and Queen Camilla. The Queen Consort gets the first choice of the Queen's jewelry. After that is the Princess of Wales. Of course, Kate, the Duchess of Sussex, I'm sure, will come in for some jewelry at some point, but she is much further down the pecking order.